Guys, today we're covering liquidity pools. Liquidity providing, farming, how all that works. Guys, let's just jump literally right on into the deep end, guys. So starting off with full range liquidity. So how does this work? What is this? Well, guys, a full range pool is going to basically be a liquidity pool where you're providing value of equal amounts of each token. And it's going to stay that way for the rest of time, right? So you're looking for equal dollar amount value of both tokens, guys. So when you're looking at a full range liquidity pool, you're picking a token pair, you're providing an equal value of both. So let's say you want to put 10 grand in, you're putting 5K and 5K, and you're adding to the pool, and you're earning fees when people trade. So an easy example of how this works right here is like Arrow USDC. It's a volatile pool, which means it's full range. So like, for example, say you want to put 5,000 of USDC in here, and that's paired with $5,000 of Arrow. These are going to be an equal amount, nonstop, no matter what. They're going to be equal to each other. And so it's just going to stay this way for the rest of human time, 50-50, just like with a USDC Arrow pool right here. You see I have 11 grand just chilling over here right now, but you'll see that, 5,500 is USDC, 5,500 is Arrow, right? So it's staying pretty much 50-50 there. And this pool is only earning a nice 40%, but already in the last like 3 days this month, I made another 50 bucks, right? So it's just, hey, this is just creating me free Chipotle bowls every day. And that's actually all I need to live a really, really happy life, guys. So honestly, this one is one of the easiest ones to do, full range liquidity. It's where you're just pairing assets full range together. If you want to see another example, we have Orca right here, and you can see that, Sol USDC, you can pick custom ranges, but a full range pool would look like this, right? And obviously the fees are not really anything worth noting. Over a course of a year, you'll make 2%, right? Zero management, but 2% a year is not attractive when you can literally just stake Sol and earn 10% a year. So this would not make any sense, but I just wanted to show you that full ranges are available on lots of things. So if you wanted to see a full range on, let's see, AI16Z Sol, looking at meme coin alt trash, you'll see that full range is earning you 34% a year, right? So nothing really too crazy, but it's zero management. So that's where that comes in. Something that actually has a strong foundation like Arrow USDC is a full range pool that I am happy with. And you'll see I'm earning more than even a degen meme coin, and it's something I actually believe in, whereas AI16Z is just a filthy little meme, right? So cool. Anyways, so concentrated liquidity. The difference between this and full range is that you're choosing a price range, you earn more rewards, but you have to monitor things regularly. You have to be watching price, set alerts on your phone and whatnot, and rebalance it if it moves out of range, or you'll quit earning fees. So concentrated is going to look like this. Something like Sol USDC, where you're actually choosing your range. You're choosing where you want to keep price, right? So maybe you're trying to play like a 120 to, let's just say, 180, something juicy, right? In which, it's Sunday right now, the time of recording, so APRs are always down low quite a bit. But guys, it's paying you 38% a year. So nothing too insane, but this is a range that you can run for a long time. It's going to stay in a range, and you'll see that that 38% is much higher than this 2.7% right here. Now guys, it is Sunday. APRs do look low. That is not indicative of what this position looks like most of the time, but Sunday volumes are always just low and frankly quite disappointing. The thing about concentrated liquidity pools, guys, is that your deposit ratio is going to change. It's not going to stay 50-50. So as you get closer to this price action on the left side, where your Sol is going down in price compared to USDC, starts getting towards this 124, 125. Once it hits that and is past it, you're 100% Solana. And it's going to be a gradual slope down towards 100% Solana until you hit it. So if the price goes down to 130, I'm going to be like it's 60, 70, 80% Sol, somewhere in there. We're just going to be heavier in Sol. And the flip side is true when price goes up to the upside. So in this price action on this range would be to head towards 180. You're going to slowly be getting pushed towards more USDC. So it's important to really know the underlying composition of your portfolio, of your pool position, I mean. Because, as price of Sol pumps, 60% of the value is technically exposed to that Sol price pump, right? And it's going to change over time as your position's value in composition changes. Does that make sense? I'm really hoping so. Just know that you have to manage this and keep it in range. All right, sorry guys, full disclosure, I swear I heard someone walking around, so I like had to go, corner check the fucking apartment for a minute. So I'm not really sure where I left off. That's funny as shit, I'm not gonna lie. But where did I leave off? It's just important that you're maintaining good, healthy, wide ranges, guys, and usually yields a lot better than this. It's just a Sunday, so it's not showing very well. Guys, you just want to play. Guys, just don't sweat the little things, okay? And you'll see right now I do have a position down here, Sol USDC, and you can see that it's paying absolute trash right now. It's a Sunday. Sundays are just absolutely trash. So guys, do not fret. Just rebalance if your price moves out of range. Choose tighter ranges than, a full range pool, obviously. Choosing a pool, look at volume and fees and avoid pools with low liquidity. And so, for example, pools with low liquidity would look something like a very low TVL pool, like, let's just organize it the other way. And you're looking at, these are all literally zeros. So let's see, minimum TVL, let's put like $1,000 just so it gets rid of the actual complete spam shit. And TVL, I mean, look, what? $1 in volume, 1,000 in TVL. Guys, you don't want to be in these. Most of these are complete trash, like fake coins or scam coins or just low volume positions. Like it's just trash. I don't even want to talk about it. It's just a mess. Don't be in these. What you want to do, what you want to be in healthy, high TVL pools with a lot of volume, a lot of TVL, places people do want to be. So a good rule of thumb, TVL, try to keep it $100,000 and up. You just want to be surrounded by, other friends in the pool that you're in, right? You don't want to be the only one running the business. It's good to have some business partners in there. It just means that everything's not resting on your shoulders. Look at volume and fees, and by that I mean, it's a Sunday, so volumes are quite low on Sol USDC right now. Typically, this volume can be much, much higher, but guys, what you're looking for is just a pool that's consistently chugging a bunch of money. Because it doesn't matter if the TVL is, a good, healthy TVL if there's no volume coming through, because you're not going to get paid, right? And so I think a good example of this would be something like PayPal USD to USDC, right? It's a stablecoin thing. In terms of TVL, it's, $5 million in there, but the volume per day is only 283,000, right? So it's literally completely terrible. So it's just not a lot of business. Volume is like the people coming through your business. It's your foot traffic, right? So you can see that for a year, you're only making 0.2% off this right now. So it's like, why would you even it's just not even worth putting your money in work for that, right? So grossly oversimplifying, but just keep in mind, TVL is like your business partners. It's like how much money is in the business. Volume is your foot traffic. And then they're paying those fees at 0.1% per transaction or whatnot. It's gonna be different for every single thing. And the volume times the fee is gonna get you, how much you're paid, right? So just keep that in mind. And when you're choosing a pool, just look for something with at least 100K. I've went a little lower before, but it's not something I do very long term. So if you have any questions, just drop a comment on that below. Harvesting tools and compounding. Use platforms like VFAT or Aperture. Enable auto compounding or auto harvest if available. Track returns weekly and monthly. So guys, like I put right here, let's just do VFAT so you can check it out. And so what VFAT will let you do, let's just go open Rabby here. So like on Rabby, for example, right, you can have a position open and it's earning 30% on this right now. So kind of trash, but it is what it is. But guys, what you could do is you can set up auto harvest. So if you enable this, every time your daily rewards hit 50 bucks earned, it's going to harvest that into your wallet. Or you can set up auto compound. So when it hits that $50 mark, usually it'll auto compound that back into the position. So it'll just put it back in the pool and you don't have to do any of the work there. You can also set it up to auto rebalance as well, which personally I don't usually run. I like to be in full control of that, but auto compounding, auto harvesting, I am a big fan of and will frequently do that myself. It just makes your life easier, unless you're a freak and you like just doing everything manually like me, it gives you something to do. But when you're on vacation or something, this is really nice because it just does the work for you. Super, super sweet. Rebalancing. Check if your position's out of range, remove liquidity, and re-enter at a new range. So that's like how Orca would be, right? If your position goes out of your range, let's say it does something like, let's say your range was like 125 to 140, and you're now out of range because it's outside, right? So you're holding 100% USDC. What you would have to do is withdraw your position back to your wallet. So you have to close it, right? Withdraw your position, and then come in here and open a new range. And so you can do something as simple as just bumping it up to 145 to sneak that right back into position here, or you can obviously set a whole new range as well, choose something different. But guys, if you want to reopen a position, you have to withdraw first. On Orca at least, some places like VFAT, for example, which is just managing me an aerodrome position, as you can see, they will let me auto rebalance, excuse me, not auto rebalance, they'll let me rebalance just right from here. So right now you can see I have a 35% wide range, $1,400 to $2,000. If I wanted to, let's say I want to run something a little tighter, let's get a $2,000 top here. You can see this new position I've tightened up by 5%, so it's a tighter range. It's making 5% more per year. It's positioned a little more to the upside, but if I wanted to rebalance into this position, I could just click rebalance and sign my life away on this transaction, which I don't want to do right now, right? So that's something that you could do right there if you were interested in rebalancing. Whereas Orca, you have to actually withdraw. So you'd want to withdraw your position 100% and then reopen a new position. So pretty sweet. Exiting a pool. Withdraw tokens, convert to stablecoins if you're wanting to lock in profits, and you can review your profit losses in your spreadsheets, guys. So if you're done with the pool, you literally can just come in here and exit to ETH, right? Boom, you have ETH in your wallet, then convert what you want into USDC, for example, and then you're good to go. Send it to your exchange, cash out, put it to a lending platform, whatever you want to do. The world is your Chipotle bowl. So, review your profits and losses, just, make a finalization in your spreadsheet so you know exactly how much you made or lost. Vaults and aggregators, XtraFi, Beefy, AlphaFi. You deposit in once, the protocol does its thing for you. You still want to monitor and make sure that, the site is not going to freaking go down. The TVL is not tanking in these things. Make sure you're not like running a losing strategy and you're losing money. An example would be XtraFi, and you can see that, I have a position here, which, it is a leveraged position, which is something completely for a different video, but it's going to auto compound. So these daily $3 in the fees I make, they get compounded a couple times a day right back into this position. You can see this position is up $650 worth of value. So this is something that just compounds your rewards back into your position for you, and it just keeps growing more and more over time. Pretty cool, interesting concept. If you're someone that likes to do it more manually, you can just run the regular Aerodrome USDC position, making 40%, choose when to claim your rewards and what to do with them there. Systemization will get you far. Impermanent loss. Impermanent loss is essentially like your pool position would have been worth more if you would have just held the spot asset if price moves in X direction, right? So essentially you need to use a calculator to estimate. Some places will show you like versus HODL or versus, just holding the actual token if you'd be up or not. So a way I could explain this is over here, right? Like this USDC arrow position I had here, I took leverage on, right? So I am up 50%, which is $650 of USDC. If I switch it to Arrow here, I'm only up 5% compared to Arrow. But what that means is I'm actually outperforming Arrow by itself. Like comparing this leveraged pool position to Arrow itself, I am up an extra 5% over just holding. But the value is also up $650 overall. So still good, but I made a little more than I would have made holding just Arrow. And if price goes sideways or back down, I'm gonna keep chugging on at my 60% APR, making $3 a day, in which, as you can see, it's been almost a month, not even yet, and I've farmed, another $50 off of this, $2,000 now, which started as at like 900. So doing pretty damn fantastic, guys. So just keep the money moving all the time. Guys, I take an autistic high-level approach to this stuff, so sometimes it doesn't make sense. You just have to let me know. Drop a comment, shoot me a message. I will be more than happy to help and answer you. Guys, like the video, subscribe for more, click the link in my description, join my private community, over 100 members inside, and guys, I'll see you on the other side.